Let's explore 33 proven marketing channels that you can use to get more customers or attract more clients. And closer to the end of the video, we'll address how to select the best marketing opportunity for your specific business. Now, this list is organized into 3 categories. We have organic strategies, paid strategies, and social strategies. Let's begin with organic strategies. These options are probably best known for the fact that they are free, in that unlike paid advertising, they don't require money up front to get started. But what they do require is a willingness to invest a considerable amount of time and effort with no guarantee of success. Now, what I love most about organic strategies is once you build momentum, once you get them working, they tend to pay off in a really big way, oftentimes delivering a steady and reliable stream of new customers to your business for years or even decades to come, in some cases with very little need for ongoing time and effort to maintain these different marketing options. Now, we're going to go through this list quite quickly, but if you're interested in any of these options being covered in more detail, click the like button down below, post a comment to let me know, and I'll consider creating a follow-up video for some of the more popular options. Let's begin with content marketing. This involves creating high-quality content that people want to consume and then leveraging that content to raise awareness about your products or your services or your business brand. Now, typical examples of the kinds of formats you might consider using for this kind of content include videos, articles, case studies, how-to guides, podcasts, or even infographics. Number 2, search engine optimization or SEO. This is all about getting your website to rank very well in search engines like Google or Bing for keywords or keyword phrases that relate to your business. So for example, if you happen to offer piano lessons in the city of Portland, of course, it's very valuable to have your website rank very highly in the search engines when someone conducts a search for something like piano lessons in Portland. Number 3, media coverage. This involves getting free publicity by working with media outlets such as the traditional news media or even industry publications. Now, the key to success in this area is understanding what makes for a great story and then crafting a narrative that is likely to resonate with people so that media outlets are interested in sharing it with their audience. Number 4, content partnerships. The idea here is to team up with other businesses or other brands to increase the overall exposure of your message. So for example, you can write guest posts for another blog, you can participate as a guest on other podcasts, or even trade audiences by co-creating or co-publishing content together. Now, before we continue on with the list, let me just say, if you're starting to feel overwhelmed by the sheer number of options, and of course you realize that there are many, many more options yet to come, the goal here is not to pursue everything that we're talking about. The purpose of this list is to broaden our horizons and become aware of the many options that we have available to us. And closer to the end of this video, we'll talk about how to select the best marketing opportunity for your specific business. So with that in mind, let's continue on to existing platforms. A great way to spread the word about your product or service is to capitalize on the momentum of existing platforms such as Amazon, YouTube, Medium, or even the Apple App Store. These kinds of platforms tend to have large established audiences that you can reach through some of their built-in features such as a search engine, a recommendation algorithm, or other social sharing tools. Number 6, book publishing. This is a form of content marketing, but it's one that's so distinct that it really does deserve to be treated as its own category. And that is in part due to the fact that a book is not just content. It is, in and of itself, a product. And as a result, it can be marketed to prospects, gifted to potential customers, or even serve as a bonus for your primary product. Number 7, tools and widgets. The idea here is to create free online tools that help people solve simple problems. For example, HubSpot, the very popular inbound marketing platform, offers tools such as their blog idea generator, website SSL checker, and email signature generator. These are completely free tools, but they help to attract visitors to the HubSpot website. Number 8, freemium model. This is a very popular approach in the tech space where businesses like Dropbox, Slack, Figma, and many others offer a completely free tier to their core service so that they can attract a huge number of users to their platform. And in doing so, they often become the most popular brand in their product category. The key to making this strategy work is to ensure that the free tier fully showcases the core value of the product or service, and at the same time, making sure that you're offering a compelling reason for power users to consider a premium paid tier. So for example, when it comes to Dropbox, the core functionality of sharing files through cloud storage is completely free. But if you want increased file storage to better make use of that core functionality, that is where they charge. Now, when it comes to offline businesses, I think the offline alternative to this approach is to offer free samples. And this, of course, is very popular and common when it comes to consumable products. Number 9, Tripwire offers. The idea here is to make an exceptionally compelling offer at an unusually low price, something that is so attractive that it converts people who wouldn't normally consider buying your primary product. This approach leads to 2 great outcomes. First, it creates an opportunity for you to upsell your primary product on the back end. And number 2, it creates an important psychological shift in the minds of the customers who take advantage of your Tripwire offer, because now they no longer think of your business as some brand that they've never dealt with. They've now purchased from you, which means they have an increased level of trust in you. And as a result of this one interaction or this one transaction, they now think of your brand differently and are far more likely to buy from you again in the future. Number 10, community building. This is a powerful way to connect with industry leaders and highly engaged prospects. And of course, there are many ways to do this. You can create an online discussion forum, you can start a Slack channel, invite people to a Facebook group, host in-person events. There are all kinds of ways that you can bring people together. And once you do, you can then facilitate interesting conversations, answer member questions, and establish yourself as an industry expert. And of course, this kind of approach creates all kinds of possibilities for creating relationships or making connections with potential customers or clients. Number 11, email marketing. A list of loyal email subscribers is one of the most valuable assets that you can build for your business because it creates the opportunity for you to immediately direct attention to new products or new services, or for example, content that you've recently published, or even just offers for existing products and services. Now, of course, there are other ways to stay in touch with customers, including things like social media, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. There are all kinds of ways to reach an existing audience, but to this day, email marketing is still the most direct way to stay in touch with prospects and customers alike. Now, the one challenge here, of course, is it does take time to build a loyal following of email subscribers. And there's a lot of effort involved in creating great content for these subscribers so that they're eager to check out your latest email and they continue to open them and they continue to click on various links and things like that. So it's not easy, but it's one of the most valuable things that you can do for your business. Number 12. Lead magnets. This tends to go hand in hand with email marketing because it involves creating something valuable and then offering it to people to attract new subscribers to your email list. So for example, you might create a PDF report, a how-to guide, or a short video tutorial and then offer that to people for free in exchange for their email address. The key to making this strategy work is understanding your audience and creating something that offers immediate and practical value to them. That way, not only are you attracting people to your email list, but you're also creating a very strong first impression with them. Okay, next up we have paid strategies. These options require money up front, but they tend to create results much faster. And typically, they're much easier to track when it comes to return on investment. Now, once again, I'm going to be going through this list quite quickly. So if you're interested in a follow-up video covering any of the options in more detail, click the like button and post a comment down below to let me know. Let's start with search advertising. The idea here is simple. You place ads on search engines like Google to get in front of people that are already searching for keywords that relate to your business. Now, Google Ads is easily the most popular option, but you can also advertise on search engines like Bing or even YouTube or even platforms like Amazon. Number 14, social advertising. This involves buying ads on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or even Twitter. Now, typically these ads are seen in the news feed, but depending on the social network, you can advertise in other places as well. Now, the great advantage to this method is even if people aren't actively searching Google for keywords that relate to your business, you can target them on social media platforms based on demographic data such as age, gender, location, or personal interests. Number 15, content advertising. This involves reaching out to content creators to place ads on their articles or their videos or perhaps their podcasts. Now, in some cases, you can reach out to larger ad networks and have your ads placed across multiple creators at the same time. But of course, the key behind this strategy is finding content creators that are relevant when it comes to reaching your target audience. Number 16, offline advertising. This involves making use of traditional options like print ads, billboards, television ads, magazine ads, and even radio ads. Now, the one issue with these options is they tend to be harder to track because, of course, you can't track the number of people that click on a billboard. But what you can do is use this for brand marketing. And this is really geared towards just simply keeping your brand in the minds of your prospects for when they might be interested in buying. Now, of course, when it comes to direct marketing, it's much more effective to use online advertising options so that you can track the entire process. Number 17, influencer campaigns. This strategy involves identifying influencers that hold sway over your target audience and then paying them to promote or endorse your product or service. And this is a really powerful way to build credibility because you're effectively leveraging their reputation that they have with their audience and using it to enhance the reputation of your brand. Number 18, celebrity collaborations. This is different than an influencer campaign because it involves bringing in a celebrity or an influencer into the process much earlier. And rather than just paying them to endorse or promote a product, they're actually part of the product development process. And oftentimes it can even be built around their brand. And rather than paying them a one-time fee to promote the product, this often involves offering them a royalty or even a stake in the venture. Number 19, promoted content. This is a great strategy to use in combination with content marketing because rather than just waiting for people to discover your content on their own, you can actually pay services like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and others to promote your content directly to a larger audience. And in doing so, that content can build momentum much faster than it might on its own. And as a result, more people will see it, more people can share it, and a larger and larger number of people discover that content, which of course helps you build leverage to promote your products and services. Number 20, audience retargeting. The idea here is to track when people visit specific pages on your website and then display ads to those people across platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and the Google Display Ad Network. And in doing so, you have the opportunity to bring people back to your website who might not actually return on their own. Now, if you've ever visited a product page on Amazon only to suddenly start seeing ads for that product across the web, then you have experienced audience retargeting. Now, it's also worth noting that this isn't limited to product pages. For example, you might run a blog on your website with some content that has high commercial intent. In other words, you have content that specifically relates to things such as purchasing your products or discovering if your products are right for people. And as a result, you might determine that if someone is to visit that kind of article, they're likely to buy. And so you can track that behavior and start displaying ads for the relevant products and services to that audience. Number 21, affiliate marketing. This involves offering some kind of incentive to existing customers or to independent businesses to promote your products or your services. Now, typically this involves paying some kind of a commission for every sale that they generate, but this can also involve paying for leads, paying for email signups, or even paying for free trial registrations. You can work with a major affiliate network like ClickBank or Share a Sale, or alternatively, you can work directly with your own affiliates by creating a custom program. Now it's time to talk about social strategies. As the name implies, these strategies are built around social connections. And what I love most about these strategies is they tend to scale well with the growth of the business. So while other strategies often hit a plateau or a point of diminishing returns, these strategies tend to continue to grow as your business grows. So as you get more customers, as you reach a larger audience, these are the kind of strategies you can leverage to take advantage of that growth and continue to reach new customers. First up is word of mouth referral. This is easily one of the most important marketing strategies for most businesses. It involves taking your existing customers, people that already buy from you, they already like your products, they already trust you, and leveraging the relationship that they have with other potential customers to promote your products and services in a way that is more effective than you could promote your own stuff directly to that audience. Now, when it comes to word of mouth referral, many people tend to think of this as something that either happens organically or it doesn't happen at all. But the more you dive into this subject, the more you'll discover that there are all kinds of strategies and tactics that you can use to not only make it more likely that people will think to promote your product or your service to other people, but also so that they will do so more effectively. 23. Joint ventures. This involves identifying other non-competitive businesses that serve your ideal customer and then looking for opportunities to work with that business to promote your own products and services. Now, typically this process starts by asking questions like, what other products or services do my customers buy? Who do they buy them from? Can I partner with that business? You can opt for a formal arrangement where you're offering some kind of a finder's fee, or you can come up with more creative options, such as offering that business the opportunity to give their customers free gift cards or product samples or other things like that that not only create value for that business and their customers, but also at the same time end up promoting your business and your products. 24. Brand merchandise. Having customers wear or display your brand name in public is a powerful way to attract the attention of other potential customers. And not only is this a way just to simply get your logo out there, but there's a certain element of social proof that comes along with this, because when a friend or a family member sees that you're wearing a brand logo, they understand that you must trust that brand and that you consider that brand to be credible. And as a result, they're more likely to trust it and they're more likely to be interested in that brand's products and services as well. Number 25, public speaking. This is a great way to reach a large audience and build a deeper sense of trust with that audience. And that's because great speakers have the ability to create a sense of connection with their audience in a way that a sales page or a sales video simply cannot. And of course, if you record that talk or that presentation and publish it on a platform like YouTube, you can reach an even larger audience, especially if the talk took place at a prestigious event such as a TED Talk. Number 26, hosting events. The idea here is to host anything from a small gathering to a huge conference. You could start with a small, informal, local meetup group and eventually work your way up to hosting multiple speakers and putting on a major production. This approach allows you to strengthen your brand, position yourself as a leader in this space, and create valuable long-term relationships with potential customers. Number 27, viral content. The idea here is to create highly shareable articles, videos, social posts, or other content that is specifically engineered to spread socially. So whereas traditional content marketing typically involves creating content that is more or less timeless and is typically discovered through keyword searches or perhaps through subscribing to a blog or to a specific creator, viral content is engineered to spread socially through things like social networks or in some cases through instant messaging services. Number 28, live streaming. This is another great way to make a deeper connection with an audience by speaking live to them, in this case over the internet. And this is something that has grown in popularity as mainstream services like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube have incorporated this functionality into their platforms and made it easier than ever. And unlike public speaking, using this approach allows you to reach a global audience in real time. And of course, you still have the option of recording your talk or your presentation to allow other people to view it later on an on-demand basis. Number 29, referral programs. The idea here is to reward existing customers that recommend your product or your service to other potential customers. Now, the key difference between a referral program and an affiliate program is that referral programs focus exclusively on your existing customers. And rather than offering them a monetary reward, typically you want to reward them with something that relates back to your core product. So for example, when it comes to Dropbox, when someone recommends Dropbox to a new user, they're rewarded with increased file storage. So the key idea here is to think about your product, think about why people value your product, and find some way to reward them that relates back to what it is that they purchased from you. Number 30, platform integrations. When two or more products integrate with each other, they make it much more likely that people that use the one product will consider using the other product. So for example, if you run an online SaaS platform and you integrate your service with Dropbox, Zapier, or Slack, people that already use those services are more likely to discover and consider using your particular service. Now, there are many different ways that you can apply this concept, including physical products. For example, TV manufacturers often work with Netflix to add a Netflix button to their TV remote. So if you're already a Netflix subscriber and you see a TV package that shows the Netflix button on the remote, you're more likely to consider buying that TV. And likewise, once you buy that TV, if you weren't already a Netflix subscriber, you're more likely to consider the service. Number 31, crowdfunding. Platforms such as Kickstarter and Indiegogo make it really easy to raise money for a new product or service that you're planning to build. But even beyond this, using these services is a very powerful way to evaluate a business opportunity, generate initial interest, collect money up front, and motivate early customers to help spread the word. So for all these reasons and more, smart entrepreneurs often turn to crowdfunding platforms even when they don't actually need to raise money, because it's a very powerful way to attract attention to a new project and increase the likelihood of social sharing. Number 32, storytelling. People love to hear unique stories and they love to share unique stories. The idea here is to craft compelling stories that relate back to your product or your brand. These can be customer success stories, brand founding stories, or a behind-the-scenes look at how you do business. The goal is to craft these things into relatable stories that people are inspired to share. Number 33, newsjacking. The idea here is to find creative ways to link your brand with trending topics or trending news items. For example, when the Tesla Cybertruck was originally announced and everybody was talking about its distinctive design, suddenly there were images online of a Lego-based Cybertruck. And whether Lego put these out on their own or whether it was a fan, the point is that Lego benefited from attaching themselves to a story that already had incredible momentum. So look for opportunities to link your business or your brand to a story or to a trend that already has incredible momentum, because in doing so, you can gain momentum for your own brand as well. Okay, so we've covered 33 proven marketing channels. Now it's time to identify the best marketing opportunity for your specific business. And to do that, I've created a short step-by-step video that will guide you through what is called the Bullseye Framework. You can find a link to that right here in the video player, as well as down below in the video description text.